Today we are going to solve the question bank issued by CBSE for class 10th mathematics. This question bank is chapter wise and the question given is for the competency based question which is introduced in our new pattern. This way we can also revise our chapters. So let us start with the first chapter, real number, the case studies question or competency based question. In this paragraph certain data are given and how these data are connected to our real life, that situation is given, and based on that the questions are given. These questions need not be just the answer from this data or this passage, rather our subject concept or that chapter or that topic concept is equally required. So keep in mind, do not think to search the answer from this passage. No, you have to apply your concepts of that topic. Let us start the first question. So case study 1, to enhance the reading skill of grade X students, the school nominates you and 2 of your friends to set up a class library. There are 2 sections, section A and section B of the grade X. There are 32 students in section A and 36 students in section B. Then the first question, what is the minimum number of books you must acquire for the class library so that they can be distributed equally among the students of section A or section B? Students, in this case study, a library is set up for the grade X or class or standard X, but that grade have 2 sections, section A and section B. The 2 sections have the number of students 32 and 36 respectively. So this situation can be understood like this. Consider the grade X. This grade X contains 2 sections, section A and section B. This section A have 32 students and this section B have 36 students. Now in the library for this grade X, we have to find the minimum number of books so that it can be distributed equally among these 32 students or also among these 36 students. Students, let us consider n number of books that you are going to purchase for setting up this library. Then according to given condition or for the question 1, this n can be distributed equally among the section A students, means n must be divisible by the students of section A, means n must be divisible by 32. Also it must be divisible by the number of students in section B, means n must be divisible by 36 also. So such a number or such a smallest number n which is divisible by 32 as well as 36 is nothing but this n will be the LCM of 32 and 36. So just our objective is to find the LCM. So here in this question it was not mentioned to get the LCM, but from this situation we are getting that a number which is divisible by 2 or more number is obtained from the LCM. This way this LCM or our mathematical knowledge of LCM can be used for setting up the library. Let us find the LCM of this 32 and 36. Go for factorizing this 32 Very easy, student. Take this 32. It is divisible by 2. So 16 further divisible by 2. 8 further divisible by 2. 4 further divisible by 2. 2. So it is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Means this is 2 to the power 5. And 36, go for their prime factorization. 36 divisible by 2. 18 divisible by 2. 9 divisible by 3. Then 3. So this 36 can be written as 2 square into 3 square. Now, by the prime factorization method or by applying the fundamental theorem of arithmetic for finding the LCM of these two is given by taking the common factor with highest power and the uncommon factor. So LCM is product of the factors with highest power, whether it is common or not. If it is common, take the highest power. If not common, then take that power. So here we are getting 2 is the common factor. So 2 to the power 5 had to be taken, but 3 is not common. So that 3 square have to be taken as it is in the product. So this is our 32. 2 to the power 5 is our 32 into 3 square is our 9. Go for multiplying this. 9 2s are 18. 9 3s are 27. Plus 1 is our 28. Students, so the minimum number of book required must be 288. So this 288 is divisible by 32 student as well as 36 student. We will get, or the each student of either section A or section B will get equal number of books. This was the question asked. So here we are getting the option C is correct. Let us come to the question number 2. If the product of two positive integers is equal to product of their HCF and LCM is true, then find the HCF of this 32 and 36. Students, here we have to calculate HCF of 32 and 36. Keep in mind, this HCF can be calculated either by fundamental theorem of arithmetics or by a Clyde division algorithm. But in this question, something else is also given. That statement recalls something. A student, here it is given that product of two positive integer is equals to product of HCF and LCM. Means you shall use whatever given in this statement or in the question itself. So a student, since it is given that the product of number, say A and B, is equals to product of their LCM and HCF, therefore the HCF can be calculated by product of their number divided by the LCM. A student, the two number are already given as 32 and 36. The LCM that we have calculated was in question number 1. So this way, the second question is related to question 1. That calculation or that value we have to use. A student, this LCM is 288. Now just we have calculated this 288 was product of 32 into 9. Therefore, this 32 will go 9 times here. Then 9 4s are. So the HCF is 4. This implies the option B is correct. Students, the purpose of this question was to take your to test your intelligence in various ways. How? One is this statement tells you you must go for this way to save the time. Another thing, the LCM that you have to calculate it in first question or in first part, that you need to use here. Another thing, even the LCM value that you have calculated was 288. Whether you are cancelling this 32 by 288 quickly and calculating answer or not. The purpose was that one. Students, though this question 2 can be calculated independently, or in this MCQ we can calculate it independently also. This HCF can be calculated by taking their prime factors and applying the formula for the HCF. So let us go for the prime factorization of 32. Just we have written 32 is 2 to the power 5 and 36 is 2 square into 3 square. Now HCF is obtained by taking the common factor with least power. So here the common factor is 2 only. So we have to take the 2 only. And the least power means among 5 and 2, the smallest power is 2. So we have to take this 2. So this is 4. This implies the option B is correct. So by this method or independently we can also calculate. But if in descriptive question this statement is given, then you must apply this method. Okay, the first method. This is the purpose of this question. Though in MCQ's form, if it is just to write the option, then you can apply this method also. Okay, students? So be careful for this competency based question. Your intelligence, your activities, everything is checked. Let us go for the third question of case study 1. 36 can be expressed as product of their primes as. We have to express 36 as the product of their primes. A student, we have used this in our question number 1 as well as 2. So 36 have to be factorized. The smallest prime factor is 2. It becomes 18. The other 2. It becomes 9. The other 3. It becomes 3. Therefore, this 36 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 4, but 2 is occurring 2 times, so 2 square into 3 square. So this is the required answer. Here we are getting, it is matching with option A. So option A is correct. Let us come to question number 4. In question number 4, we are given with the number 7 into 11 into 13 into 15 plus 15 is a prime number, composite number, neither prime nor composite. A student, here the number given is 7 into 11 into 13 into 15 plus of 50. Here we have the 2 terms. So either we first simplify it and try to break it into the product of 2 or more numbers. If that is possible, then it becomes composite. But here we are getting that we have to convert these 2 terms as the product of 2 numbers. The purpose is that one. Here we are getting that 15 is common. So 15 can be taken out. It becomes 7 into 11 into 13 plus 1. Here we are getting, from writing this in this way, we are getting one number is 15 and the other number is this much. So writing these terms as the product of 2 numbers or 2 brackets, whatever the number of term inside the bracket, that doesn't matter, but at least the product of 2 brackets or 2 number is required. So here this is one number, this will give us the other number. So from here we can directly write it is a composite number, or even this bracket can be simplified. On simplifying, this will give 77 into 13 plus 1, 7 3s are 21, so it is going to give 15. You may calculate it, you will get some number. I think it will come 7 3s are 21, adding 1, this will become 2, then it is 100. 7 1 7 3 10. So here we are getting this number is product of these two numbers. Even this 1002 is also even number. Therefore, it is composite. But no need to go after this step. Try to write in this form that we have learned in our regular class also. Therefore, the answer is here B. So option B is correct. Let us come to question number 5. If P and Q are two positive integers such that the P is AB square and Q is A square B, where A and B are prime numbers, means A and B are their prime factors. It simply means P is written in the form of their prime factorization, Q is also written in the form of their prime factorization. Then we have to find the LCM. So this implies LCM of PQ will be the product of factors with highest power. For the common factor, here A is common and the highest power is A square. Coming for B, B is also common, the highest power is B square. So this is the required answer. Therefore, option B is correct here. It is our B. Let us come to the case study 2 of chapter 1. A seminar is being conducted by an educational organization where the participants will be educated of different subjects. The number of participants in Hindi, English and mathematics are 60, 84, 108 respectively. Then the first question is, in each room same number of participants are to be seated and all of them being in same subject, hence maximum number of participants that can accommodated in each room is. What is to be calculated? So understand the data given. Read the question once again. A student, here we have a seminar. In this seminar, there are 3 categories of participants. One is Hindi, another one is English, another one is mathematics. For Hindi, there are 60 participants. For English, there are 84 participants. And for maths, there are 108 participants. These are the data given. Now, these participants have to be accommodated in different rooms so that each room must contain equal number of participants of each subject. If you are taking for the Hindi, let us consider there be n participants that can be accommodated in a room. It means the n number of participants is out of this 60. So if we consider, let n is the maximum number of participants, the student keep in mind. N is the maximum participants accommodated in a room. Students, here n is the maximum number of participants that can be accommodated in a room. Means this n could be from the Hindi, this could be from this English, or could be from this mathematics. But this n must be equal, whether for this Hindi, whether for this English, whether for this mathematics, because n is the maximum accommodation capacity of a room. So that's why, as per this statement, we are getting that each room has same number of participants. So whether the participants is in sitting first room, second room, third room, even we do not know the number of rooms, but in each of the room the number of participants must be same. It simply means if we are dividing this 60 by this n, means this 60 Hindi participants can be distributed among certain number of rooms as per their capacity. Also, this 84 participants can be distributed among certain number of rooms, but their number will again be this n only in each room. So students, so this is for Hindi. For Hindi, what it will give? It will give even the number of rooms required, though this number of rooms required is not asked here. Similarly, the n is maximum capacity of each room. It means 84 English participants will need 84 by n number of rooms. So this is for English. Similarly, for the mathematics, where 108 participants, so number of room required will be 108 by n for mathematics. So here we have to find a n such that which can divide 60, 84 and 108. So such a number or such a largest number which can divide given two or more number is nothing but their HCF. So from this data or writing in this fashion, you can quickly understand this n is nothing but n is the HCF of 60, 84 and 108. Let us find the HCF. So for this LCM HCF, first we have to go for their prime factorization. Let us take this 60 divisible by 2, 30 divisible by 2, 15 divisible by 3, 5. So this 60 can be written as 2 square 3 into 5. Similarly, let us go for this 85 factorization of 84. So divisible by 2, it will be 42, 2, 21, then divisible by 3, 7. So 84 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 7. Therefore, it is 2 square into 3 into 7. So write 84 as 2 square into 3 into 7. Similarly, we have to go for the 108 also. So 108, 2, 54, then 2, 27, then 3, 9, then 3, 3. Means 2 square, 3 cube. So it is our 2 square into 3 cube. Now we have to get the HCF. The number of participants in each room is obtained by taking the HCF. For HCF, we have to take the common factor with their least power. Here we are observing 2 is common and 2 have the least power 2. And coming for this 3 have the power 3 in this third one, but 1 only in the first 2. So only 3 to the power 1 we need to take. It is 4 into 3, it is our 12. So this implies it is matching with option B. So B is our required answer. Student, let us come to the question number 2 of the second case study. What is the minimum number of rooms required during the event? Keep in mind, here the minimum number of rooms required, the minimum number of rooms required will be, student, here we are getting that certain number of rooms will be required for accommodating the Hindi participants, certain number of rooms required for accommodating this English, certain number of rooms is required for accommodating this mathematics participant. So total number or minimum number of rooms required will be the addition of rooms required for English participants, rooms required for Hindi participants, and rooms required for the mathematics participants. So right, Minimum number of rooms is equals to rooms for Hindi, rooms required for English, and rooms required for mathematics. Now, how much rooms is required? In first part, we have calculated the number of participants of Hindi that can be accommodated is 12. So number of rooms required for Hindi will be 60 by 12. So this is 60 by 12. For English, the total participants is 84, and in each room, only 12 participants can be accommodated. So number of rooms required for English is obtained by 84 divided by 12. Plus for mathematics, total 108 participants, and in each room, only 12 participants can be accommodated. So 108 by 12. You go for dividing it or simplifying it, you will get the answer. So it becomes 5. The next one is 7. The next one is our 9. Go for adding. It is our 12 plus 9, 21 is the answer. This way, it is matching with option D is the required answer. Let us come for question number 3. We have to find the LCM of this 60, 84 and 108. For finding the LCM, we shall go for the prime factorization of 60, prime factorization of 84, prime factorization of 108. Just we have done the prime factorization above. So 60 is 2 square into 3 into 5. The 84 that we have done was 2 square into 3 into 7. The 84, it is our 2 square into 3 cube. Therefore, the LCM of these three is obtained by taking the product of factors with highest power. Considering the 2, which is common, the highest power is even 2 only. Considering the 3, the highest power for the factor 3 is the 3. So 3 cube. Into the other factor in first is our 5. The other uncommon factor in second is our 7. So we have to go for multiplying all these things. You will get 3780. 3780. Whether it is matching? Yeah, 3780. Option A is correct. Let us come to question number 4. The product of LCM and HCF of all these three. So we have to find the product of LCM into HCF. As student, this question is a bit more conceptual. What we have learned? Product of LCM and HCF is equals to product of number. But can that be applied here? A student, keep in mind, LCM into HCF is equals to product of two numbers only. If we have the two numbers only, then the product of LCM and HCF is equals to product of number. But this is not applicable for more than two numbers. If we have the three numbers A, B, and C, then the product of LCM and HCF is not equals to product of these three numbers. That's why here, just by taking the product of these three numbers, we cannot get. But there is exception or a special case if these three numbers have the HCF 1 or do not have any common factor, then their product of LCM and HCF is equals to product of their numbers. Okay, that is nothing but their LCM only, because HCF is coming as 1 for more than two numbers in that special case. And students, so here this product of LCM and HCF of these three cannot be obtained by taking the product of these three numbers. Most of the time, students are committing that mistake, that they are taking the product of these three numbers and it will surely match in any one of these. Okay. So here, the product of LCM and HCF, for that we have to go above. See, LCM we have calculated in the third part, and HCF we have calculated in the first part. See here, it is the HCF. So HCF is 12 and LCM is 3780. So write this as 3780 into 12. 4,500,360. So this way we have opted. Here the concept was what? To test whether you are going for multiplying these three or not. The purpose was that one. Okay, students? Let us come for the question number 5. Students, 108 can be expressed as product of their prime, though we have already done. So 108, their factorization we have to do. It is even divisible by 2, so 54. Again divisible by 2, 27. Divisible by 3, 9. Divisible by 3, further 3. Therefore, 108 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. Means 2 is 2 times, so 2 is square into 3 is 3 times. This is given in option D. Here it is D. Okay. So this way we have obtained the required answer. So questions are very easy. For revision purpose, these questions are very important. क्योंकि स्कूल में भी ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे आपको. तो बहुत ही अच्छे क्वेश्चन सीबीएसई सेलेक्ट करते हैं. इवन अपने एग्जाम्पलर के क्वेश्चन बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. Because these questions are concise. कम क्वेश्चन में आपके पूरे चैप्टर्स का रिवीजन होता है. The beauty is that. अदरवाइज क्या होते हैं, कोई दूसरे ऐसे पेपर्स बनाते हैं, कुछ बनाते हैं, दे आर नॉट बैलेंस्ड. एक ही टाइप के कुछ क्वेश्चन ज्यादा हो जाते हैं, कुछ कम हो जाते हैं, तो वो प्रॉब्लम रहता है. बट सीबीएसई और एनसीईआरटी जो भी इशू करती है, those things are well balanced. That is the beauty of our CBSE and NCERT. Students, let us come for the case study 3. A mathematics exhibition is being conducted in your school and one of your friends is making a model of factor tree. He has some difficulty and asks for your help in completing a quiz for the audience. Observe the following factor tree and answer the following. See, the factor tree is given in this figure, or the same thing is also given in this black and white. Okay, student? So what will be the value of x? Here is our x. Then we can also calculate y and z. Here this x is broken into two parts, 5 and 2783. Therefore, from this part of this factor tree, we can get the value of x as the product of these two factors, 5 into 2783. 13915. It is matching with our option B. So therefore, option B is correct. So questions are very interesting, student. जितने चीजें हमने पढ़े हैं अभी, आप एकदम किसी भी क्वेश्चन में आपको कोई डिफिकल्टी नहीं होगी मैथ्स में. Keep in mind, that is my challenge only. Let us come to the question number 2. What is the value of y? Students, see here. Again, for the y, we have to consider the factors. So y and 253 is the factor of this. So only we have to take this much part, and then we can get the value of this 2783. So this tells that we have to use this part, means 2783 is equals to y into this 253. So this way, the value of y is obtained by dividing 2783 by 253. Here we are getting 253 will go in first 3 for the one time. Another left one is 25. It is also 1. So it is our 11. It is matching with option C. So option C is correct. As students, let us come for the third part, the Z. Again, we have to go in our factor tree and we have to search Z is the factor of which part. As students, we have to go for the last one. See, Z is the last, so we need to take this much part only. Here Z into 11 is 253. So for this, 253 is 11 into Z. Therefore, this Z is 253 by 11. It will go 2 times.
22.
Yeah. And yes, so 253 by 11 is 2 times and 3 times. So 23. This is matching with our option B. This way the third is over. Let us come for the fourth question. In fourth, according to fundamental theorem of arithmetics, 13915 is a composite number, prime number, neither prime nor composite, even odd. That we have to check. A student, 13915. We have to check which kind of number is this. As students, just by observing, we are getting that. The very first thing is observe the unit digit to know whether it is even, odd, or divisible by 5. So here, unit digit is 5. So unit digit is 5. This is possible only if the number is divisible by 5. So this can be written as the product of 5 into something. Therefore, even no need to calculate or write product of what. Or you may go for dividing this 13915 by 5. You will get 5 2s are 10. Then 3. So 5 7s are 35. Then 4. 5 8s are 5 3s are. You are getting that this can be written as 5 into 2783. Therefore, it is composite number. So this implies the option A is correct here. That much easy. Students, in next part, see, 13915 have to be written as product of their prime factors. This thing. So let us continue with the factorization of 13915. Unit digit is 5. We have tried with the 5. So 5 2s are 10. 5 7s are 35. 5 8s are 40. 5 3s are. It's okay. Now the next 3. Not even, not divisible by 2. For the 3, sum of digit, you just check it. You are getting that sum of digit is 9, then 17, 3 20. 20 is not divisible by 3, so it will not be divisible by 3. Let us go for the 7, or you can leave it, because in option, in no place 7 is given, so no need to try. You have to use your intelligence also. In option, it is given as 11 and 13 and 23. So try with the 11, and you can also check the divisibility of 11. Say sum of the even place and odd place. 2 plus 8 is 10 and 7 plus 3 is also 10. The difference of these two is 0. Therefore, it will be divisible by 11. So that we can also use. So 11 2s are our 22. Then 5 is left. So 11 5s are 55. 3 is left. So 3s are 33. Again, you are getting 2 plus 5. 2 plus 3 is 5 and 5 is in middle. So it is also divisible by 11. So 11 2s are 22. 11 3s are is our 33. This way we are getting that this 13915 is equals to 5 into 11 square into 23. This is matching in option C. Therefore, this C is the correct. It's that much easier, student. Okay, तो आप देख रहे हैं बहुत easy होते हैं questions. Questions are not difficult. You have to just develop the confidence.